I could not imagine doing this process, selling my business with anyone, any company other than ASA Ventures and working with Jim Audette. What made me feel comfortable with working with ASA Ventures was from the very time that I met Jim Audette, having the opportunity to speak with him, getting the information and the clarity that I really needed to understand, look, if I'm going to go forward here, what does it look like? Selling your business is a complete process that has to do with due diligence, lawyers, interviewing, being able to go into and discuss the business, the functionality of the business, being able to understand the questions before the questions are asked. Going into this is something that is quite challenging. Selling your business, especially if it's a larger business, is one of which can be very frustrating. What I really appreciate about working with ASA Ventures is they made me well prepared for that. ASA Ventures was completely engaged with the buyer, completely engaged with their attorneys, completely engaged with everything that they needed to know and have before it even came to me. It didn't even get to me. Jim took care of that. And that was a big load off my shoulders. ASA Ventures basically handled, I want to say, 80% of it, leaving me just in the background, which I can only imagine having to do 100% of that. And really, if that was the case, I wouldn't have been successful if I had to do this on my own. You know, what takes place later is far more delicate than really what took place getting the sale done. As you take on your partners, as you go forward, as you have your role and responsibilities change, you really need to be able to pick up a phone and talk to someone that's there whenever needed. And Jim and ASA Ventures, Bill, they've always been there. I consider Jim a personal friend of mine. And you know, that's not something that happens all the time for me. And the reason why is I completely trust Jim Audette. I trust ASA Ventures. Everything they said they would do for me, they've done and more. I am a raving fan of ASA Ventures.